Well, you know what's interesting? How about we transition from guys who've won an NBA championship to a player who's won an Olympic medal. And no offense to the 450, but that's rare air when you're able to win an Olympic medal. We're talking about Bilal Coulibaly, our silver medalist from Team France. Chase, when you think about the development, not even the development, let's start at just the schedule that he has had coming in last year, working all the way through the season, didn't play the last 15 games, but ends up on Team France, wins an Olympic medal, and then comes right back to the U.S. to start working out for the Wizards. What does it say to you, and what have you seen of his development over this past calendar year?
Well, obviously he developed very quickly last year in front of our eyes, and I think did a lot of things that we didn't expect from him. The three-point shooting, especially off catch and shoots, was really impressive. I think he laid a great foundation for the rest of his career, and I'm excited to see what happens this year when, again, he's asked to do less defensively because he's going to have a rim protector and Alex Sarr behind him and more size in front of him at the point guard position. But also with some of those changes they're making offensively, I think it could really help unlock him. First of all, the cutting and the drive and kick nature of Malcolm Brogdon's game is going to help him because he was so good at catch and shoots from three-point range. The next step for him will be creating his own shot off the dribble. But he's going to have the green light to do that this year because the Wizards aren't going to have a primary ball handler like they did last year with Tyus Jones. They're going to try to have a lot of size on the court. They're going to try to have a lot of people who can not only shoot, but who can also create an attack off the dribble. And I think it's really cool the way Will Dawkins has described it because we've all grown accustomed to this new phase of offense in the NBA. It's called five-man out, where you have five shooters on the perimeter, right? The Wizards want to take that to the next level where they have five players who can not only shoot, but they can attack downhill. And Alex Sarr is part of that, and so is Bilal Coulibaly. He's grown over the past year. He's now, what, 6'7" and a half? But he's going to have the green light to essentially operate as a guard and maybe even as a point guard and primary ball handler at times.
And to that point, Chase, he did mention that yesterday at Media Day. I asked him what he's working on his game right now, and he said two things. Number one, ball handling, and to have a guy who could facilitate the offense at 6'7" and a half because he is still growing. That's a scary thought for everyone in the NBA. And number two, off the court, he wants to work on being a vocal leader. Right? And this is a kid who's 19 years old. He just won a silver medal with France at an extremely young age. All these ingredients are just cooking up to have an incredible impact on Bilal Coulibaly's career because if he can be a ball-handling threat, we already know the three-point shot is there. He impressed everybody with it last year. And if he can become a vocal leader at that young age, the sky really is the limit for him. That's something that Giannis said about him last year.